I think it's fair to say that Star Wars Outlaws is a game that divided opinions when it launched back in August 2024, whether it be the positive stuff like the fantastic scenery and the world building, to some of the more negative things like some game-breaking bugs and repetitive gameplay. But as a fan of most things Star Wars, I still wanted to check this out and form my own opinion. Oh, and pick up a new Platinum trophy for the collection. Outlaws is an action-adventure game developed by Massive Entertainment and published by Ubisoft. Gameplay-wise, it's very similar to Far Cry and Assassin's Creed games, but it's set in the Star Wars universe between Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi, so expect lots of Easter eggs. The game has 50 trophies in total, including the Platinum, plus there are 10 DLC trophies, which I'll be picking up during my playthrough, but there'll be more on that later. So with that introduction out of the way, let's get started on the story.
I know, buddy. Just give me a minute.
In Outlaws, we follow the story of Kay Vess and her companion Nyx in the city of Canto Bight, as she seeks to escape her homeworld and find a way to survive and thrive during the height of the Empire. In order to facilitate this, she takes up one last job, this time with a crew led by Denian, who plans to break into Sleero's vault and steal his fortunes.
You're local.
Yeah, but I never get to see it like this.
Looks like a fun town.
You're not from here. Who's the Mark?
A boss named Sleero. Runs a syndicate called Zarek Besh. They're new, they're rich, and rumor has it they've got the underworld scared.
Which means security.
Enough. But a fortune for us if you can get to his vault. Password override. You and your little friend there better be as good as Bram says.
Okay, Daniel.
The opening to the game is used as an introduction to both the story and the majority of the different mechanics we can expect to use throughout the game, from stealth and combat related mechanics to opening doors and hard to reach places with Nyx and the data spike. And now we can head for the vault.
Whoa, hi. Yeah, I need to get in. The vault. I guess this is what real money looks like.
After successfully breaching the vault, then comes the big surprise that Denian's crew are actually part of the Rebel Alliance, and their real objective this whole time was to free their team leader Asara, who was being held prisoner by Sleero.
You're not Zarek
What is
Besh.
this? Where's my cash?
Use a hand here.
I did everything right. The code was good.
Asara, did you find it?
No. The stories about Sleero and Zarek Besh, they're all true.
We've got to go. You'll get paid once we're safe. You have our word.
Wait! Nobody move. You either pay me now, or just pay me.
We're the Rebel Alliance.
So?
Windows closing.
Join us and fight the Empire for the future of this galaxy.
What's it pay?
We don't have time for this.
Daniel, wait!
So, after being double-crossed by the supposed good guys, Kay narrowly escapes capture and looks for a way out.
He doesn't get out of here alive.
Oh, always there when I need you, Nyx. Okay. How do I get out of here?
Warning! The mansion has been breached!
She ends up stealing the ship known as the Trailblazer and uses it to flee the planet by activating the hyperdrive, making an emergency jump to the planet Tashara.
Right, Nix? Nope. That's not it. Sorry. That's fun. Yes. Hang on. Get me out of here. No. Work, you piece of scrag. Tashara. I'll take anywhere.
After exiting hyperspace, she is forced to crash land due to the damage done to the ship during her escape.
No, we're okay. We're okay.
After that introduction, that brings up our first trophy of the playthrough. Now on Tashara with a broken ship, Kay needs to start earning credits to repair the Trailblazer, which means working with the local crime syndicates. This introduces us to the core theme of the game, building reputation with the four main syndicates of the Star Wars universe. You have the Crimson Dawn, the Hutt Cartel, the Ashiga Clan, and the Pike Syndicate. To do this, we need to complete missions and bounties, which either helps or hinders our reputation gains with each of them. On the way to completing some of the earlier missions on Tashara, I did unlock a few trophies. Whilst zooming around on the speeder, we executed a perfect landing, which unlocked the Like a Bantha trophy. The next trophy unlocked was for completing our first intel chain for the Stay on Target trophy.
I'll take care of it and meet you back here.
I'll send the coordinates.
I got stuck playing an arcade game which was pretty addictive. I literally spent 30 minutes playing this game, but beating the high score unlocks a trophy with the motivational words of Yoda. Whilst in an Imperial base, picking my 20th lock with the data spike unlocks another trophy.
Data vault.
And the last one is pretty much a staple for most open world games with a vehicle. I really don't know why, to be honest, but still. Power sliding for 30 seconds unlocked the Galaxy Drift trophy. Now back to the main story. Whilst trying to escape capture on Tashara, we are introduced to Jalen Vrax and ND5, who are looking to make a deal with Kay to break into Sliro's vault again. But this time it's to buy her freedom and to escape the clutches of Sliro's syndicate.
You really don't like this guy.
I'm just trying to tip the scales for people like us, Kay. What do you think?
I'm in.
ND5 has the list. Track him down. Get our crew. Oh, and don't stab me in the back. ND's programmed to make sure that doesn't happen. Galaxy is yours.
So it's time to form a crew with the help of ND5 to pull off the greatest heist the galaxy has ever seen. Let's hope this goes a little smoother than last time.
Great.
After that introduction, that unlocks another trophy for completing all main quests on Tashara. Now we have the option to choose our next destination. We can either go to Kijimi or to Tatooine. Naturally, I decided to go and check out Tatooine to try and track down the legendary mercenary named Hoss to join the crew.
Heard he once took out 2 Imperial squads using nothing but their own weapons.
I like this guy.
I cannot confirm the validity of that story.
He's a legend with a blaster, ND, and we need him if we want any chance of getting out of Sliro's vault alive.
Now is probably the perfect time to talk about one of the main strengths for this game, and that is the scenery and the environments. Being able to go to Tatooine during the original trilogy is just really cool and nerdy. The streets of Mos Eisley are full of interesting characters, and there are security checkpoints filled with stormtroopers that really help immerse you into that world. You can even pop into the famous cantina, or check out the Sarlacc pit, just to name a few little Easter eggs. I didn't get any trophies on this visit, but we did progress the story, and met some of the characters and locations that this planet is famous for. So let's head to Kijimi next.
The legendary Hoth, as always. Now pay up.
On the way to Kijimi, I unlocked another trophy for taking out a ship without the final blow being from lasers or missiles. I'm not quite sure how this trophy unlocked, to be honest. I suspect that the enemy I was chasing was destroyed by the electric field, but hey, free trophy I guess. After landing on Kijimi and recruiting our first crew member, Ankh, I completed the rest of the main story, unlocking some of the extra trophies along the way. As expected, not everything is as it seems with the heist, and there are many twists and turns throughout the story with a few surprise revelations that both answer questions of Kay's past and help connect Outlaws with the wider Star Wars universe. I won't spoil anything here, but I will say that the final space battle is signature Star Wars, and I feel it closes out the story quite nicely.
So, where do we go next?
Anywhere we want, ND.
With the story out of the way, it's time to experience the open world and clean up the rest of the trophies. This is the bulk of the playthrough and contains contracts, exploration and side missions, and there is a lot to do, so let's get started. First up, it's time to reach the lowest reputation rank with a crime syndicate.
I think I'm getting in good with the Hutt cartel.
Yeah, I'm really sorry about that, Pikes.
Smart way to stay alive.
Then it's time to reach maximum reputation with the Hutt cartel. Now, each syndicate has their own vendors, and these vendors also have VIP items that you can purchase when you are a high enough rank. Buying from this stock gets us another trophy. Then, using our eavesdropping skills, we got a tip about a fixed race, so we placed a cheeky bet and secured a nice little score and a trophy.
I knew it was your day.
Then, whilst being pursued by the Empire aboard the Trailblazer, I defeated an Imperial Raider to clear my wanted status. Another mechanic for this game was eating galactic meals with Nix to unlock special combat and exploration bonuses. Eating at all of these street vendors unlocked the next trophy. Then we reach maximum reputation with the Ashiga clan.
See you back on the Trailblazer.
Fully upgraded the blaster module. Defeated 6 enemies with Adrenaline Rush.
Okay, not bad.
Cleared my wanted status with the Death Trooper event.
Roger. Continue searching.
Made peace with the Pike Syndicate.
Extra.
And then destroyed 10 enemy ships in the Kijimi Nebula.
Yes.
Next up, I completed all of the expert quests. Some of these quests were actually really cool and involved characters like Lando Calrissian and references to the Clone Wars, so it was well worth the time investment to complete them.
You good, Andy?
Why wouldn't I be?
Right.
So with all the expert quests done, I then defeated 5 enemies on the speeder with Adrenaline Rush. Defeated an enemy ship whilst doing a loop maneuver. I then went into space with a fully upgraded Trailblazer. acquired the Scoundrel gear set,
Hey, ND, I picked up some gear from this vault.
cleared my wanted status with a bribe, which is pretty fitting for the Empire to be honest.
Good choice. Abort search. Target is nowhere to be found.
Attacked 30 enemies with Nyx. Acquired the Disruptor gear set.
Oh, weird. There's some kind.
Now, this next trophy was quite annoying, and that was for pickpocketing a customer in each cantina. It was mostly annoying because sometimes people wouldn't show up that you could actually steal items from, so you had to keep reloading and reloading and reloading, but eventually I was able to get someone in each cantina.
Nice.
Destroyed each Syndicate capital ship without taking hull damage. I was dreading this trophy to be honest, but it was actually a lot easier than I expected.
You're taking hits.
I then followed Nyx to collect all of the treasures. Now these treasures unlocked some of the best vistas in the game and really showed off the spectacular scenery. And then finally completed 40 contracts in total.
I don't have too many credits.
At this point in the playthrough, I just had 2 trophies left to complete before obtaining the platinum, and one was for cheating in a game of Sabak against Lando. But because I accidentally started a mission from the Wildcard DLC earlier on in the playthrough, it meant that Lando was unavailable until all of those missions were completed. So I decided I would do both the Wildcard and the Pirate's Fortunes DLCs before going back to the main game. Whilst completing the DLCs, I also unlocked the Fast Talk trophy.
Another day in the tomb, huh?
What do you think you're doing?
out.
Wait, what? Last whoop!
And finally, now that he is available, I was able to cheat in a game of Sabak against Lando, which unlocked my last trophy and the platinum.
All right, Lando. Time to pay up.
Congratulations. Okay, you earned it. We should play again sometime.
Yeah, unless you're busy with your friends.
Well, you never know. I'm a tough man to catch.
So with the platinum completed, I just wanted to talk about my experience with the game and whether it is as bad as the internet says it is, or was, I suppose. I'm going to sound a bit cliche here, but I think this game is a perfect representation of you don't get a second chance to make a first impression. The launch for this game went so poorly that even after they fixed all of the issues from release to a point where this game is actually fun and enjoyable in my opinion, in the grand scheme of things, I don't think it really made much of a difference. And although the character you play as in Cave S is not really all that interesting, I actually don't think she is the main character for this game. No, for me, the main character is actually all of the different Star Wars environments and characters that are sprinkled in throughout the story. I know that doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but those things really make you feel like you are part of the Star Wars universe during the height of the Empire, just trying to survive and stay out of trouble. And it might sound controversial, but to me, this is the best that Star Wars has ever looked on consoles. Is it the best Star Wars game? Absolutely not, but it does a really good job of immersing you into that world. I have a feeling that sooner rather than later, this game will be added to PlayStation Plus, so if you're a fan of Star Wars and you aren't fatigued by Far Cry and Assassin's Creed games, I think Outlaws is worth the try at least. But hey, those are just my thoughts because I was pleasantly surprised by how much I actually enjoyed playing this game. Let me know in the comments if you've played Outlaws and what you thought about it. Do you share the same opinion as myself that if this game had released in its current state, it might have been a bit more successful, or am I just wrong on this one? If you've gotten this far into the video, thank you very much for watching, and if you enjoyed your stay, I'd really appreciate a like rating, or maybe go and check out one of the other videos on my channel. I hope to see you again in the next one, where I get to revisit the story of one of my favourite video game characters of all time.